Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching to Lviv and Let Die. We are playing in Europe. We knew it. We knew it was going to happen. We're playing in Europe. We've got the mighty Glasgow Celtic. These boys, these big football-y boys from Scotland are going to be... Oh, look, they've got a nice kit. They are going to be footballed off the park by FC Lviv to such an extent that the introductory press conference, they were like, do you think your team will struggle to raise their game against a team like Celtic? I was like, well, I think Celtic are a little bit bigger than FC Lviv, considering we were only founded in 2006, which is surely at least 100 years. Yeah, at least 100 years after them. Anyway, look, I'm not one to pick hairs. So what's happened since? Well, we've made some signings. Let's go and see who... No, hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Why can't I find... There it is. We made some signings, we made some sales. So, in terms of outs, we have got rid of... Bayaki, again, has gone off to Gamel. Yabashvili has gone off to Zalgiris. You saw that happen on screen, as did you see Florian and Didi both leave to Ska Khabarovsk. In terms of ins, we've got a few... Where are they? There's a couple of players who have joined us. They're mostly young players. I don't think a single one of them will probably feature at all this year. Him has come in on a free with the intention of selling him because he's no good. That's the same guy, but just to remind you. This guy, potentially a future number one goalkeeper for us, Vladan Anicic, who came in December, but before we could actually register him to play, so he's now registered as a backup goalkeeper. Yubashvili has left. I'm going to have to sniff, excuse me. Then there is this guy, Alexander Belkiewicz, a Belarusian right midfielder, straight into the under-21s. Hopefully we'll make some money off of him, maybe not though. Igor Ondrejka, he's actually pretty good. He's come in for 250k. 240k from Zilnia, straight into the reserves. And Adam Blazek, same story, not quite as good, I don't think, and I'm going to have to sneeze, excuse me. Christ. Okay, so there are a lot more players, I think you may have noticed from this screen, a lot more players who we have... I did Tuesday. 3 sneezes there, that was fun. Christ. Okay, so yeah, we've got a fair few players coming in, which we'll probably have to sell some players. Oh, for crying out loud. Ugh. Early morning sneeze fest. Yeah, so this, oh, for goodness sake. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, we've got a bunch of players coming in for probably quite a lot of money, so we're going to have to sell some players to balance the books. But I think we'll be fine. For crying out loud. Yeah, and so yeah, and then in the meantime, we've only managed to play 3 friendlies, 2 lower league teams, and then Santos, who we beat 2-0, surprisingly, before we then get to go away to Glasgow to play Celtic. That's mad. That's like my 10th sneeze. Right, anyway. So we're going to play the 2 games back-to-back. Here, there's a couple of big teams in the Europa League still. For example, we've still got Arsenal in there. There's no other English teams, I don't think, unless this isn't everybody that's playing. But there's also, like, for example, Sporting. We've got in there Torino, our old enemies from when we were Śląsk. Holy shit. This definitely isn't, in fact, all the teams that are left, because there are 3 teams, 3 games that have already played. Śląsk, who are, by the way, the team that we will draw. So we if we win, we play the winner of this tie. Currently, Śląsk got 2... Oh my god. Okay, yes. Śląsk are currently in the pole position now. Betis are another big team. Anyway. CSKA Moscow are good. Lazio are probably okay, but one of those teams will go knocked out. So there's not that great a roster of talent in the cup. We need to really sort of test ourselves though, because we don't know where we lie Europa League wise. We need to just play the Celtic Football Club and see what best we can do against them, because we've been playing Champions League. We did okay, but I suspect that sort of level of success was fairly unsustainable, as proved by the fact that we got knocked out. Okay, so fucking hell, right. Then there's only 2 players who are able to play because Stefan is suspended. We've got Big Seb, Mahmoud, and Saint Bernard. Inicum, because we've got a few injuries there to players that we would normally be playing. We're going to play Wishback in the middle there just for a bit of fun. Let's play them. Vladan, well, I'll give you number 21 next season. I'll give the other laddie number 1. Now I'm going to do something I don't usually do. Oh, they're playing with the 3 at the back. We know even Barcelona. Oh, so he's not that good, and he's joining Ingolstadt soon. He's pretty good. He's a good finisher. He's not good in the air. And then they've got Salvo, who's not anything special. In the middle, Glenn King, not anything special. Okay, so what we're seeing here is proof that we should be okay. We definitely got a chance anyway. Philip Coulter, he's okay. Teniste, a hand, he's actually really good. Yeah, he's okay. But they're playing him central back. Ian Brown, he's leaving to join Burnley. He's 21 years of age. He's pretty good. Sean McDermott, old, slow, good in defence. So, I don't know why we've done it quite like this. Marco Volkers, nothing special. We've already looked at Glenn King. Who about Crawford? Again, nothing super impressive from Celtic here. They've got 1 or 2 players who are decent, but we shouldn't be scared of them. In fact, we should be fairly confident that we can get something from this. If we can get an away goal, I think we'll do okay. But let's see, because we might just be absolutely blown away by them. It really is a bit of a sort of question mark, to be fair. Taffy Lee taking the ball under his lovely, lovely hands. Lovely Albanian hands. Oh, tackle. Golovchenko gets it though. Juric gives it up to Kubitzel, to Labant. Crosses the ball in. Kubitzel. Kubitzel has scored an away goal at Celtic Park immediately. That's what we love to see. I was just going to say, before I got sort of taken over by the emotion of the moment there, it is only 7 a.m, so I'm not yelling and screaming and what have you. I was going to say that looking at the sort of names of the teams left in it, obviously I don't really know how good any of those teams are, having not been in Europe for a long time. But it strikes me that when we won this competition as Śląsk, like 20 odd years ago, nearly 30 years ago probably, we had to beat PSG, Spurs, and Real Madrid to get to the final and win it, as well as I think someone else pretty good in the knockout stages. Whereas here we're going to get Celtic, then Śląsk, who are okay. They've won the league before, but they're no great shakes. And then we'd be in the quarterfinals. So it's not like this is a particularly strong roster at the moment. This could be maybe our chance to. They've fouled with a chance there. Maybe our chance to write our names into folklore. Kubitzel now has the ball, gives it to Labant. Lovely stuff. We're breaking here. Kubitzel's got the ball again, but no, King tackles him. It's braver than to play with 2 up front and then a sort of 5-man midfield / defence. It's a slightly strange tactical choice. Well, I mean, it makes sense, but I can't say I'm... Oh, nicely held. Coulter there. Smashes into Fabry, giving away a foul. Oh, nobody picking Barkley up. That was very poor. Fabry doesn't quite clear, gives it to Crawford. Volkers now with a wild effort that goes wide. Celtic not looking anything special, really. They are getting themselves on the ball a bit more now. I'd say they're probably dominating possession Although, weirdly, it seems quite hard to tell often who's actually dominating possession on a Football Manager game, because it doesn't always reflect the fact that your teams have more possession than because you've got more highlights. So often we have loads of highlights, but we actually only have about 50% of the possession. That's because we're just more incisive. Juric to Golovchenko. Golovchenko to Juric. Again to Labant. Labant puts the ball into the middle, but nobody was able to get there. Good defending from Celtic, although they're struggling to clear. Now they finally do. And Fabry on the halfway line fouls, but doesn't get booked, which is nice. Nice change of pace. McDermott puts the ball in for Volkers at the back post, but he heads right into the hands of Taffy Lee. That's very poor. Nazarenko now has a chance to put the ball in the middle. He doesn't quite get there, but he's been given the ball, and he's put the ball through to Bakur. Bakur has scored his second goal for the club, his first ever European goal. That did look a little offside, to be fair. I think VAR would have something to say about it. Probably his nose hair was offside. Was he? No, he wasn't. Hand was definitely playing him on. Great finish, and we are 2-0 up away from home at Celtic Park. Lovely, lovely stuff. Oh, could we have a third before half-time? Kubitzel's absolutely smoked him, left him for dead. Kubitzel, could he put the ball in the middle? No, he gives it to Juric. Juric puts the ball in the middle. Rosic to the back post, heads with the bar. Oh! There was a little bit of a goalmouth scramble. McDermott has saved them there. Nazarenko puts the ball in the middle. Oh, Gonzalez just had to get there before Moran, but didn't. They are looking very, very good at the moment. I'm going to say there's a lot more to come. I accidentally said I'm delighted with them. I didn't mean to say that. Considering how close some of the shitty options and the good options are, they are, I very rarely do make mistakes like that. Oh, Kubitzel. You damn fool. Michal Fabry to Barkley. Oh, we do manage to clear it. Nicely done. Crawford, terrible effort. Now then, come on, Taffy Lee. Barkley's left to run forward on his own. Montgomery's offside. It was a nice finish from him. Taffy Lee now puts the ball back up front, and we do manage to get it. Rosic has got the ball now. Gives it out to Bakur. Bakur puts the ball in the middle, but it doesn't get there. Doesn't beat the first man. And now they are attempting to spring another break on us. Montgomery's through. Gonzalez clears. I'm not sure he necessarily needed to, but it does mean that we don't waste time with a goal kick. We are now pushing up, and we want to throw in high up the field. You got to wonder how Celtic don't have just. I suppose in real life it's, but like on this game, it'd be so easy to get, when you're in that position of dominance in the league, to just get the best team. There'll be a point where Speck went for it. There'll be a point where we'll be unstoppable in the league and just mostly focusing on Europe. I don't know how they can't sort of translate their local dominance into that sort of position. I'm going to do this, which might seem like a strange one, but the idea is Speck will have enough time to recover for the next game. In fact, we also have replacements for him, whereas the wingers we don't have quite so good replacements for, so we need to keep them fit for our return leg, because we do need to finish the job. And then the question becomes, how much do we, how weakened teams are we able to play in the league in order to focus on the Europa League? We've cleared again. Big Seb now looking to spark a little breakaway. Kubitzel has the ball. Moran, nice save. Allen, Nazarenko. What I do like about their team is that it's quite a lot of locals. Spina's been injured. Quite a lot of sort of Scottish and Irish names in the Celtic side, which is can't be said for us. We do have a couple of Ukrainians. 3, I think we had in the starting lineup, which for me, for local players, is pretty good, because I usually got basically none. But then these league rules that sort of enforce you to have a certain number do actually necessitate, at least at the beginning, finding some actual Ukrainians to play. Whereas I assume eventually we'll just have loads of Ukrainian nationality Serbs and Brazilians playing for us, which is not much different to how we have it now anyway, to be fair. And hopefully we can bring through a stellar Ukrainian generation. Oh, Montgomery's had a few chances, not been good enough, and the Celtic fans are leaving. They've had a man injured. Is he still on the pitch? He is still on the pitch. Spina, Barkley, they've moved the ball around well. You know, they've not been terrible. They've not got any cutting edge at all. All their chances have been absolutely dreadfully taken. Kubitzel, we could have really, really, really punished them there. We just needed a little bit of a cooler head from Kubitzel. But there we go. Also, I'm aware his name is Kubistel, but I can't say that, so... Excellent stuff. 2-0 win in Europe, away from home, against Glasgow Celtic. Let's not take anything away from the boys. That was an excellent result. So we're doing our bit to set up a return to Zykov Park actually our first visit to Zykov Park for Wheatland. Or would it be a return? I don't remember if I ever actually did manage at Zykov Park. Good questions. All the ones that we want answered. Never one that I'll remember to bother to go look at. It's only the classic -7 in Lviv for our game against Celtic. So they've not just got to come and win. They've got to come and win in ridiculous conditions. I'm going to take now a little sup of coffee. It was quite the sup. Delightful. Oh dear. You see that our salary has increased a little bit since last season, or maybe the year before that. There was a point where we were hovering around £3.6 million. We're now up to 4.2. Puts us on par with teams like Dinamo and Dnipro, but still way behind teams like Krivbas, Metalist and Shakhtar. Obviously, I expect at some point in the future we will get to those kind of levels. Hopefully they'll start to expand the stadium soon, because at the moment, with the support that we get through the door, we don't make very much money at all, and it's all the club's profits are based on the success of the team, which they would be anyway. But I mean, it helps when you've got a sort of underlying bit of money coming in. The Ireland boss was there to watch them lose 2-0. Quiroga from Dinamo Bucharest. Yeah, he's a decent player, but he's already on that much money, which means that we'd need to bring him in with a lot more money, and I don't think we can afford to do that, really. John Jairo Yepes. Oh, that's a shame. I would have liked him. Wilmar Rivera. No, that's a shame. Ipswich are in the Championship. Lechia Gdansk in the Ekstraklasa. What's going on in the Ekstraklasa? Have Śląsk managed to claw it back? No, they haven't. Another bit of coffee there. I think that must be Rakov's first season in the top flight. Also, I don't think Zawisza were a team who were in the top flight when we were there. So the Polish league has had 2 new teams at least in themselves. Couple of little sniffs, but I think the sneezing fit has subsided, which is what we wanted to see. That was the next goal of Wheatland's day, was to lack the sneeze effect. Our average attendance, that's only about 100 lower than the maximum capacity, but they won't bloody expand the stadium. I wonder if they will actually sell out for this Celtic game, because we didn't sell out for when Barcelona came, I don't think. Momchilo, good name, not a good player though. Gazovic Orenburg, nice. Oh, they're a Russian side, okay. Any interesting players here? Anyone under the age of... it's only this Valery Kadiev. Nah, bro. We're the top scorers in the league, which is a nice change, because last season we were not at all. In fact, I think we've already surpassed the amount of goals we scored in our championship winning season. Big wins, though, have helped that. But then obviously they would. It doesn't make any sense. Shut up. Stupid man. I'm going to have to go and have a lem sip once I've finished with my coffee. My granddad likes to have cold lemon sip with like 2 teaspoons of sugar in it because it's not sweet enough. Because he's mad. He's a madman. Roman Karimov goes to Vetra. There's very little going on at the moment, although Varta Poznan have drawn a friendly with Guillermont. So yeah, I think I've mentioned it before. Wolves of that's a shame. Oh no, that's a shame. Prikapatia, have they been in the top flight before? I don't think they have. No, they've been constantly in the lower league. What was I going to say though? One thing that makes this a slightly different challenge to the Śląsk one, because at this point we're starting to get to the point where we're in a similar position to where we were with them. But the Ukrainian league has 2 or 3 strong teams in it, which the Polish league didn't. And so once we got on top, we stayed on top. Here there'll be a little bit more pushing and shoving for the first spot, methinks. And the other thing was that because of the quality of the league, we didn't get into Europe properly. We were always in Europa League. Hang on a second. I'm confident as long as we stick to our game plan. Attack. Kubistel. No, not interested in him. Yeah, so the point... Why is that strange? She's got 19 goals this season. Fucking idiots. Anyway, yeah, so we got to sort of cut our teeth and raise some money and have a little bit of fun in the Europa League long before we actually started to qualify for the Champions League in regular seasons. This time we don't get that sort of little childish run-up. We have to go straight into the Champions League every year if we keep winning it, which we obviously I don't think we will this year, so I suppose there's that. But yeah, once we start doing it regularly, we'll be constantly in the Champions League. That'll help with money, for sure, but it will mean that success will take a little longer to come. Although I suppose there's always the option of doing exactly what we're doing now and just constantly dropping out of the Champions League into the Europa League, winning the Europa League. That would be quite fun, actually. Oh, there's an 18-year-old there. Edin Softic. He's pretty good. Yeah, but we wouldn't be able to sign him though. There was a couple of players that I was in for that Premier League teams went in for, and I got 1 or 2 of them. But then there was another one where I was into him, and they were like, "Oh, we want 200,000," and then I think, well, I think it might be Charlton. It was either Charlton or Liverpool came in with like a £4.5 million bid, and I was like, "Well, I will not be signing you then." Sorry. So we've got, how long have we got until the next league game? Ilichivets is in, well, it's like 11 days. Okay, so we've got plenty of time. So we can just play the first team. No need to rest on any laurels by playing some second stringers. Although we are leaving Shpak in there. We could have played someone like Mahmoud. Taffy Lee hasn't conceded anything. Rajic hasn't scored. Their morale is poor now. This is good. They don't have a winter break in Scotland, I believe. They definitely don't. Oh, sorry, I did the on-camera sniff. It's not what we want. Yeah, so they don't have the winter break. So I wonder if they played a game in between this. I have to go. Oh no, but we wouldn't be able to tell because we don't have the Scottish League loaded. Kvistel out to Shpak. Shpak's gone for one of his long-range trademarky boys, but he doesn't score, unfortunately. We'd love a goal from Shpak, though. That would really put the cherry on the top. I didn't bother checking to see if they'd actually changed any of their players around. They are this time playing 4-4-2, so they definitely have done something different. Yeah, they're playing with a different striker, for one thing. Number 18, Barkley. He wasn't in the last squad. But then number 9 got injured in that game, so maybe that's why. Juric out to Labant. Juric over to Nazarenko, and now to Golovchenko. Mikhailo Shpak. Oh, he went for it. Moran manages to make a save. Lovely stuff. I think he's different as well. Oh no, that's King. Crawford, Cleary. I think Cleary wasn't playing. Am I right? Or maybe Allen. Maybe both of them, because they didn't have wingers in the last game. Bakur now to Golovchenko. Nazarenko now to Shpak. Shpak again with the ball. Is he going to go for it? He's going to give it to Laban. Laban. Oh, absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. They are always in tactical changes pending. I don't know what. Like, and I say by them, I mean by they, I mean like the computer teams are always doing that. I don't know whether that means they're actually making tactical changes or. Oh, the ball takes a deflection, but is gathered up comfortably by Taffy Lee. Out to Nazarenko. Celtic have started pretty positively here. Nazarenko really struggling with ideas there. Kubistel gives it. Oh, Labant gets it. Good save from Moran. Out to Allen. Allen. Yeah. Allen. Yeah. Steve. Shpak gets it to Nazarenko. Shpak again. Golovchenko now. Good ball through to Kubistel. Kubistel to Bakur. Bakur was offside. I did think, he did look like he was offside. I was thinking we maybe get a penalty from that, but I don't think we would ever have got one. Nicely done. Things are looking fairly comfortable for both teams. They're not doing anything special. Not had a shot on target yet. We've had a couple of shots saved. Rosic beaten in the air, but gets the ball. Shpak to Juric. Labant over to Kubistel. Shpak! Oh, that's his classic. Is a touchdown from the striker into Shpak's feet, and then a big old smash. A thwop. He thwopped it. That's a classic callback to things that happened 50 years ago in this game. Crawford to King to Cleary. God, they've got such lovely British names. It's so easy to say. McDermott. Cleary gets around the back. Golovchenko manages to get out to Shpak, who gives it to Rosic. Now Rosic is being able to spring an attempt at a counter. Rosic, is very poor at the end there. Nice defending from Celtic to get rid of the ball from Rosic, and then Kubistel was unable to get the ball too. Gonzalez to Golovchenko. Now Kubistel has got the ball, and he's given it through to Rosic. Could this be the chance for Rosic? Could this be the chance? Two good saves from Moran there. Nazarenko puts the ball in. Oh, goodness me. Gonzalez, Fabry, and Golovchenko were unable to put the ball in the net there. Jimmy Boy Montgomery has now given a foul, and we do have a free kick. The chance to make something happen, potential. Oh, no, Nazarenko went for it, but his free kicks are not as good as Abogi's. He has scored one or two, but he's not as consistent. I'm pleased with how they're doing this. Let's passionately say keep going. This we'd be if we were to win this, we'd be the first Ukrainian team since Dynamo to win any European trophy, I believe, unless someone's won something that I haven't noticed since. Mikhailo Shpak went for it. He went big, but he now has to go home because that wasn't a good effort. 55 minutes gone. Shpak now. They're playing slightly behind my microphone because I've reclined slightly, but it's okay. We're back. Labant passes the ball over the bar. We're gonna take off Shpak. We're gonna give Mahmoud a game. We're also going to play Uros Handanovic, who I realised I was sort of freezing out, and I didn't mean to because he's really good. So I might try and freeze out Van der Putten instead, because Van der Putten is much less good than these three. There's no real reason why he should be ahead of Handanovic other than that he does occasionally score and Handanovic doesn't. But then Handanovic hasn't had a very good run in the team, so let's see what he can do. Handanovic goes past one. Can he get his goal? No. Moran, another great save. He's really keeping Celtic in this. The ball comes in the middle. Fabry's unable to do anything with it. Juric now has it to Golovchenko. Big ball out to Handanovic on the right, but that was overhit and Handanovic wasn't paying attention. So nothing comes of it. Nazarenko to Bakur. Mahmoud now. Nazarenko. Golovchenko. Mahmoud. Bakur. Handanovic turns, shoots, but Moran saves again. 68 minutes gone. They've made a change. We're going to make another change as well. Going to do this. Big Seb coming off. He's finished his coffee. Excellent showing from Wheatland today. After a sneezy start. Cleary manages to win the ball off of Golovchenko and now is breaking down the left. As we see it. Big Seb out to Brown. Scott Brown still playing for Celtic. 60 years later. Barkley turns. Taffy Lee. Oh, have they started to turn it? Have they started to turn the screw? I don't know. Crawford. It could be a nervy result if they don't. Yeah, okay, good. If we don't keep calm and clear this, it could be nervy, but they have done. Is what I was going to say, but I decided not to. And then I decided to say it afterwards. Boyd, oh, strange effort, strange decision from Boyd. He had the goal at his mercy, you'd have thought, but decided to put it out. And an excellent effort in the end was nicely saved by Taffy Lee. Labant now, they're really pushing. Seemingly strange to leave it so late to start pushing, really. In front of the cauldron of the 6,000 people who are here. You assume 6,000 people came. Oh, Barclay, and a great save from Taffy Lee. He's done well. He's been quiet all game for him. And now, right at the end, he's been called into action and he has been found in good form. Yes. Barclay now, a shot again, but good deflection from Golovchenko. Was it Golovchenko? I want to know who you are. Yeah, Golovchenko. Crawford puts the ball in. Labant and Tommy Boyd goes right through the back of him. We have a free kick. A 0-0 will be taken as a result. Not a bad game at all for us. That's what we wanted to see. We were by far the dominant side. I told them a good win. We drew, but we've gone through, and that's the main thing. Who else has gone through? Shlonsk have gone through, so we will be playing Shlonsk in the next game, which means probably the next video will be a Shlonsk reunion. So yeah, Panchenka has scored for. Is he Ukrainian? That would be horribly ironic. No, he's Belarusian. Okay, is he any good? He's actually all right. Bloody hell, he's got 92 caps. Okay. Yeah. So who has gone through then? Let's go and look. We got. Oh, it's not that much money, but we did go through the second round. It's Arsenal, Betis. That's a good tie. That gets rid of one of the other big teams. AC Milan are still in it. They got Braga. So we have cut out a few of the sort of lesser teams now, and now we've just got to go through and play. So I'd say Shlonsk is probably one of the easier ties for us here, really. We need Arsenal to get beat. We need... Well, Rayo are top of the Spanish division, or at least they were, so it'd be good if they could go out. There's 4 Italian clubs still in it at this point. It wouldn't be bad to maybe lose AC Milan or Napoli. We have to play Shlonsk, and then we'll find out who we get in the semi-finals if we get there. In the quarterfinals, sorry, if we get there. That has rearranged some of our games. Does it tell us when they are yet? Do we know? Oh, wow, okay, close. So fine, let's do... Oh, well, that would be a fun video to record. How close are they? That's all within a week, so we could do that all in one video. A bumper. Should we do that? A bumper video? 3 games? Do we have time? Probably. Alright, let's do that then. 3 games for the next video. Pleased we got the victory. All the defence do their bit. He has immense quality. Yeah, he did do really... I mean, he was excellent today. Moran. Not that he deserves it, he's not that good, but he's got 6 Ireland caps. They joined from Moynihan United. In that case, he's pretty good considering he's come from Ireland. That's not bad at all. Okay, well then that's that then. Let's say... So yeah, the next game is against Ilichevets. I'll play that. That means that we probably won't be playing... When's the actual away leg? So we're actually playing at home first and then away at the Zykov Park.
Alright. I'm just trying to work out how to do this. Maybe we'll do it in 2 sets of videos, because I've got to work in about an hour, so I don't think I'm going to have time to play that and do them. We'll see. Okay, see you in a bit then, guys. Bye.